Slate, 3, 2, 1. It's for the hat. You know when you buy a hat and it comes with this. My desk is a mess. My desk is a mess. Guys. Hi. Welcome back. What's up? I'm shooting on the Canon today. So it's not connected to the computer and I'm not looking at my screen here. Like I'm looking at the little screen that pops out off the camera so I could see myself right there. I could see that it's recording and we are good to go. So I guess we'll see the difference in quality. Mic is still being recorded here. Guys, I'm wearing my Huckberry shirt. It's the second time I've worn it. And I freaking love it. Because I don't really wear this. Not really. I don't wear this around the house because it's too nice to get messed up. It's too nice. And I was wearing my PJs. And I was like, I got to shoot this video. I can't wear my PJs. I got to show up. You know, I got to look presentable. Which actually reminds me, we should get into this. But, yeah. I was like, I got to look presentable. So I went to the closet. I was like, what am I going to wear? And this shirt was like glowing. It was glowing. And you know what? On top of glowing, it was like making this sound. It was like, ah, ah. So it was glowing in the closet and it was making that sound. So I was like, I guess I have to pick it, right? So here it is. It's really cool. I like the one. It's a denim shirt, and it's not like a denim shirt. Like it's like actual denim. Like it's heavy, and like I love it. Makes me feel like a man, you know, a man. And I like the shade of the blue and the buttons. I think it's called the bone button Western denim shirt. Or bone button Western shirt or bone button denim shirt, something like that. It's on Huckberry, and the buttons look like they're like burned. So there's like little orange finishes, and each button's different. And I own 2 of these shirts. So I have a off-white colored one, and when they got this one back in stock. Come on. It's like if you had to get one denim shirt for the rest of your life. Good choice. All right. Well, that reminds me. Looking presentable. Devin and I have talked about this, and it's a huge thing in my life. It's been a huge thing in my life, and it's also a thing we've experienced in South Korea. So when we go out, like, and I'm not talking about like out of your house to throw away the trash or to mow your lawn or to get your mail. Like that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like you actually go out, like to the grocery store, to run errands, to go out to eat, like whatever. Like something like that. Like when you go out of the house, I was taught we always look somewhat presentable. Like we don't want to look like we rolled out of bed. Although some styles look like that. Like we don't want to, if you're intentionally, I need to be careful. Like if you're, I don't need to be careful. Like, how do I put it? So from my experience, we always look presentable. And if it was a t-shirt and shorts, t-shirt and jeans, I didn't wear that to bed. So, yeah, and then like my hair's like not messed up. It's, either wear a hat or it's combed or I did it. Like it doesn't look sloppy. And yeah, so growing up, that's what my parents really um, raised us to do. And so anytime I go out now, like I'll always generally like I said before, like I don't wear any of my nicer things. Like most of the time, like 80% of the time when I'm home, what I'm wearing is stained because and if it's not stained, it becomes stained by the end of the day because I have 3 little kids. And so yeah, I won't wear any of that out. Like if I'm going to run an errand, just doing something like that when I'm going to be seen by the public like that. And I'm not talking about, again, like mowing your lawn or whatever when you're in the front of your house. That's different. Like I always try to look presentable, wear like a clean shirt, shorts, pants, whatever, flip flops, shoes, whatever, so that people know like I didn't just roll out of bed. So that's my take on looking presentable. And when you shoot videos, or most certainly when you shoot content for brands, you definitely want to look presentable. You don't want to look like me. So, and some videos, I'd look more comfy because I'm at home and I'll throw on a sweater, a hoodie. But I don't think I've ever done anything where I look sloppy, in my opinion. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then in South Korea, like everyone dresses up, basically. Like they look presentable anytime they go out. And I'm sure Devin could elaborate more on that, where she was saying like women always wear makeup or they wear a base layer or something on their face, and then sunscreen for sure. They wear something on the face, and then they always do their hair, either it's in a ponytail, hat, whatever, and then they always change their outfit and they always look presentable when you go out. Like you don't roll out in like pajama pants and walk around like that. So that's kind of like the culture that, from my experience, from what I've seen and what Devin's seen. And so we try to instill that same thing in this household. So, we don't let the kids go to bed in like clothes they've been wearing out and about. Like I am a firm believer in pajamas, and it doesn't have to be like nice clothes. Like what I mean by pajamas are clothes designated for sleeping. So like I'm not gonna wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, whatever, and then just like lounge around all day or go out and about wearing the same thing that I did when I was sleeping. Like I always get up, wash my face, brush my teeth, all that stuff, and then I always change my clothes. And then I set what I wore to bed aside, like those are where my PJs go. And then at nighttime, take a shower, get cleaned up, and then change out of the clothes I wore all day into my pajamas, and then repeat it. So, and then, if it's like a t-shirt and shorts, wear it a few times, and when it gets dirty, wash it and then wear a different shirt and shorts. The point is, we don't wear the same thing we did out and about to sleep. And yeah. So that's the moral of the story: always look presentable in our household. That's how we like to operate. Sometimes it doesn't end up that way, but it's we strive for it. And it's like shoes, we don't wear shoes. Well, kind of. We don't wear shoes in the house because shoes are for outside of the house. you wear your shoes and you walk around outside, like you're stepping on a lot of things you don't want to bring into your home. You know, you use a public restroom, like it's not the cleanest floor. Like the ground itself outside is really dirty. Like why would you walk around everywhere and then when you come home, all that stuff is at the bottom of your shoe and then you start walking around your own home with that. So all those germs, all that stuff. I'm not saying everything you step on is going to cling onto the bottom of your shoe, but I mean, like, would you take your shirt, rub it on the ground of like everywhere you walked, and then you'd wear that same shirt? Like, to me, it's kind of like the same thing because, you know, you walk around your home with that same stuff. And then what? I like to sit on the floor sometimes and play with my kids. So all that stuff is on the floor, and then now I'm sitting on it, and then it's rubbing up against me. And, you know, God forbid, like, you get on your bed with those shoes, and, like, the bottom of those shoes touch your bed. Like, you sleep there. I don't know. Not everyone agrees with this, and that's totally okay. Like, everyone's different. Everyone's different, you know? Different, like, whatever floats your boat. If that works for you and you don't have a problem with it, great. I'm not saying one thing's right, one thing's wrong. I'm just saying this is why I don't do it. And sometimes the kids will like get their shoes on, and like it's always like the two younger ones. Well, okay, not the two younger ones. Sometimes my oldest, and sometimes my oldest, and mostly my second oldest. Like it's like a journey for them to get their shoes on. Like it's every time like we're going out of the house, they're like putting it on. Like it's a task. Like they're like, oh man, I gotta put my shoes on. Like this is a big deal. Like it's gonna take me a minute. I gotta sit down for this. And it's like, okay, and then they do it, and then they forget something. Like they always forget something. Or they're just thirsty. Oh, I'm thirsty. I gotta get a drink of water before we go. So it's like, okay, then take your shoes off. But no, it took them like 8 hours to put on their shoes. So nope, I'm just gonna run to the kitchen real quick. Run to the kitchen. Oh, there's no water around. I guess I gotta go into the pantry. More walking, and then walking around to the other side where they sit and then drink, and then they forget that like it's not a quick visit. It's supposed to be a quick visit, but it's not. And they just kind of like walk around the kitchen. They're just like, yeah, maybe I should get a snack before I go. You know what? Oh wow, look at the birds, man, the sky. It's like it just it's something that drives me nuts. Where it's like you got to take your shoes off when you're walking in the house, like period. Like I just don't like it. And it's gross. And like we have dark brown floor. And so anytime someone walks in, like it leaves like little scuff marks of like dirt, and it's like brown, like, and it's like, excuse me. Just some of my pet peeves, I guess. So whew. What are you gonna do, right, kids? I just end up mopping it and moving on. Yeah. What can you do? Also, the other day I was wearing my watch, and try not to wear my watch around the baby, because I hold him a lot. And this time I was like, whatevs. I'm wearing it, and then he sees it, and like he's like fixated on it. He just starts grabbing at it. Like I'm holding him, and then he sees my watch, and then he grabs my watch, and his hands are like wet, and it's touched everything else, so it's like nasty, and bop, right on the watch, and you just start, and then just like, it's destroying me from the inside. But I'm glad he got to touch my watch, and now he knows what a watch is. But man, I was just like, I cleaned it, so it's good now. But it's just, I'd rather not. I'd rather not have to go through those experiences if I don't have. I'd rather not. I did it because I got lazy and I kept my watch on, but I'd rather not. And I probably shouldn't do that. And when we're outside, it's inevitable, so it's whatever. But like at home, if I don't have to make things messy, I would rather not. Like if there's stuff on the counter, like trash, it's just better to throw it away than like let it sit and then like let more trash accumulate. And then next thing you know, like it drives me nuts because it's like I was being lazy and now the counter's like littered with trash everywhere when I could have just easily thrown it away throughout the day as it happened. So, yep. Work in progress. Some days I'm good at it and some days I am not good at it. And yep, you live and you learn, right? By the way, this was a very busy week. I mean, like the last month and a half was like really busy every single week. But this week in particular, there was a lot going on. And I don't know if I said it before. So I was expecting something big for the room. And what it is a fireplace surround, a fireplace mantle. Bought it on Alibaba. Did a lot of research. Found someone reputable. Ordered it 2.5 months from the date of order. 2.5 months. Finally got delivered on Thursday. Came in a crate. 600 pounds. Marble. 600 pounds. Comes in 7 pieces. Pry open the box. It's broken. It's broken. So the fireplace surround is like this. It's like that. And it's in 7 different pieces. So there's a bottom piece, then 2 legs, and then there's pieces on the side of the legs. So it's like that. And then there's a piece that goes across, the main piece that goes across the top, and then one more piece. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The main piece. And by the way, this was hand carved. Like they were sending me videos because I was really on top of it to make sure I wasn't scammed. And they got a block of their marble, and then their people were just the whole thing. It's really impressive. And yeah, so they hand carved it all. And so there's this beautiful top piece, and then the right side broke off. And then like one of the legs, like the top corner was chipped off like a chunk this big. It took a month to make it, and then a month and a half to deliver it, to ship it here. And I started thinking like, okay, well, they can't make a replacement part for this because they carved this whole thing in one go. Like you can't just, I don't think they could just carve the top and just send it to me. And let's say even if they could, that would be another month and a half. Or no, that would be another probably 2 months because it'd take him, almost a month to carve that piece, maybe 2 weeks, and then another month and a half to ship it. So it's like, come on, dude. So I was really disappointed in that. And so now I'm talking with them to figure out how to move forward with this because it's most likely not going to be returned. It's not going back. And technically, I could request a refund. Like I'm covered with that. And Alibaba, there was that refund request or that refund policy where if it's broken or if it doesn't come as described, which it clearly didn't, I could get a full refund. And it wasn't cheap. And so like, and everyone put in the labor to make that, and such a long journey to get it here. Like, I don't want to return it. Mind you, like, I don't even know how the return process would work for this, because it was like shipped by it was shipped. It was put on a ship. The ship went all the way to the LA port. Then it was put on a train, and then the train came all the way to Salt Lake, and then it was picked up by a shipping company, and then it came in this big ass semi, and then yeah. So it'd be a nightmare to return it, and I'd rather not. I think it's salvageable, and like the marbles, like, one, it broke off, and like there was like little chips and little pieces there. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe like there's got to be a way to salvage this. And so found some companies in the area, and so that do fireplace surrounds, fireplace mantles. It's different from the one I have, but I mean, it's mantles are kind of all the same, especially with like materials. Like, there's companies that do stone mantles. I found a few companies that do marble mantles, and so I'm hoping, like, I'm gonna reach out to them, and like, I am fingers crossed, like, please, like, can you salvage this? Like, can you just piece it together, use your little, if there's like certain types of glue or whatever, to piece it together and know that it'll stay, like it's not gonna break again. Because it'd be such a waste of money where it's like you made it and then it just cracks and now it's useless, right? Like, there's gotta be something. So I'm reaching out to them on Monday, and hopefully they could save me from this nightmare. And I'm also talking with the company that I purchased from, and they're like, we're so sorry. How can we move on from this? Because the way they're talking sounds like this has never happened. And I'm like, really? Really? This has never happened? You don't have a procedure of how to go about this? But right now, hopefully negotiating a partial refund and the cost to cover putting this together, if I could find someone that could do that. So everything's up in the air, but that was going to be the final piece in the room. The coffee bar is going to move, and it's going to go right there. I was looking forward to it for such a long time, and it's so disappointing to see it like that. So I don't plan on sharing this on social media until it's all done. Fingers crossed to find someone happy ending with this whole situation. So but if you're watching this, you are in the know. What is it? IYKYK, if you know. IYKYK, if you know, you know. So and if you're in the market, if you want a fireplace mantle for marble, because the ones in the US, when I was searching for it, they're like minimum double the price. Yikes. And from what I've seen, I don't know if they're all custom. And what I mean by custom is like size. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I just know when I was researching, it was very, very expensive. And I went to Alibaba and they had it, and then did my research on the suppliers, found someone that I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're solid. They have a good rep. And what they did was they're made to order, so they take you decide what type of marble or stone you want. You decide what type of design you want. And I measured my wall, and I worked with them to determine the size that I wanted based on the wall that I was going to put it on. So there's a lot of preparation that went into it before the order was even placed. So it's a very long process, but hopefully we could get this resolved, and it'll all be worth it. But yeah, definitely marble fireplaces, like, that's Again, it's not cheap, but if you buy it overseas, and a lot of people are skeptical about like, Alibaba, but I mean, and I had my doubts too, but again, I did my research and, I'm seeing it it's in the garage and I think it looks great. It's beautiful. And so, yeah, if you want to elevate your living space, I think marble mantles are a huge game changer. And like, I'm not gonna like light a fire under it. It's not a fireplace. Like, I just got the mantle. Some people could get it for their fireplace. We don't have one in this house, and again, it's a rental. It's a rental, and like, honestly, I'm whatever about a fireplace. I just like the marble. I just like the mantle aesthetic, and it really it really elevates the room and makes it very homey and very elegant. And when I was searching for mantles, they're really expensive, like not even like actual mantles. So a lot of what I noticed was like, so people have fireplaces in their homes, and a lot of, in my eyes, basic mantles were like just like wood, and they were just like, it was like a wooden slab like that, or like 3 pieces, like boom boom, and then they just stick that on top, and it's like probably like 2-3 inches thick, and that's it. It's just kind of like a square rectangle, and I'm sure that was like the in style for a while, but it looks very generic. There's no character. It's just something that you put over your fireplace, and you're like, cool. And then there's other people that have like this big ass block of wood just right over it, and they put like picture frames and stuff like that over their fireplace, and it works. Just not like, for me, it just didn't work for me. Like, it didn't make sense for me to get something like that, let alone like just like that regular generic mantle. And some people were charging an arm and a leg for those. Like, they just take it off and they're selling it. I'm like I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted a little something that matched, something better in my eyes. And the inspiration was a Parisian style, like French. And so I was looking for, aesthetics like that. And then I found fake ones made of wood. And it's like, there's a very elegant design and it looks beautiful. But it's wood, and it was like, it was 4 figures. Let's put it that way. And I'm like it's wood, and you're charging 4 figures for that. That was my belly. I don't know if you caught that. 4 figures, and I'm like, that's like, I just couldn't justify paying that much for for that. It's like, it's just wood, and you're charging. It's wood. And it was specifically for just aesthetics. Like, it wasn't an actual mantle. You can't, I mean, I don't even think, I'm not sure if you could use it for an actual fireplace. You might be able to, but from what I've seen, it was just, and like everyone that purchased it, it was purely aesthetic. And I just couldn't justify it. And like, I'm not saying like bare minimum 4 figures, like like a little bit more than that. So I was like, okay, no, I'm not paying for that. And so my next best bet was, I guess I'm not getting it here. Let's go to Alibaba. Went to Alibaba, and they had a wide selection. And the rest is history, kind of. And also, okay, so another thing, when I was searching for suppliers, did my due diligence, did my research, read it, type in the company name, did all that stuff, and I discovered that there was this there's this city. There's different cities that special. Oh, I didn't think this Canon would stop recording at 30 minutes. Slate 3, 2, 1. But it did. Okay, so I discovered that there are certain cities in China that have factories that specialize in certain types of products, like steel, stone, you know, whatever. And I was talking with this one supplier, and I almost pulled the trigger after negotiating, getting everything ready, sizing. And I was like, I should probably check on them. So I did, and there were a lot of complaints and threads that I found about suppliers in this city. And a lot of people were saying basically everyone in this city is a scam. And a lot of these people were like, some people place like individual orders, and then some people were like companies that place like a ton of quantity orders. And I'm not saying they were all marble fireplace surrounds or mantles, but it was like marble type products, stone type products, stuff like that. And I got really spooked because I'm like, holy cow, like I almost pulled the trigger on this. And then I was like, okay, this supplier is from that city. And maybe they're not scammy. Maybe they just ended up being in that city. Maybe they were just in that city and like most of the companies, or there were a few bad apples in that city that created that bad reputation. But, it's it's not like I'm spending $5 on this and I'm like, whatever, if it's fake, whatever. Like, it's a good amount of money. So it's like, follow your gut. So I didn't move forward with it, and I didn't tell them. I said I was going to think about it, or I was waiting on something. And then the supplier got really, really pushy. Like messages every single day. So you're going to do it. You're going to do it. How about this? How about this? And then after like three or four, after like 2 or 3 days, they were like, oh, hey, can we negotiate the price? Like I could give you a better deal then. I'll lower the price. And like I was like, okay, I'm gonna kind of like mess around because like it's already sketched now. You're pressing me so hard to like make the purchase. So I gave him like an outrageous price, like almost like 60-75% off. And I was like, okay, can you do this? I really need it for this. And then they were like, no, but we could do a little bit more than that. So I'm like, now I'm thinking like, holy cow, I just got myself a huge discount, which was a huge red flag for me. Cause it's like, it was so difficult to negotiate with them to get like a price, not even close to that one. And then now like, I waited a couple days. Now they're like, okay, fine. We'll give you this. And it's like, desperate scam, desperate for a scam. So I ended up just saying, I'm not going to place the order. It's on hold indefinitely. I'll let you know if I'm interested. Appreciate your time. And then they still, you change your mind? Hey. And then like after probably maybe like a week, they just stopped messaging me. And they're like, okay, we almost got him. So I did more research, landed on another company who was highly rated on Alibaba. And then I looked up how easy it is to get ratings. How easy is it to, all this? What happens if your company gets reported as a scam? Does Alibaba shut you down? Did all that, and they're highly rated. They have a lot of sales because I think they show that, like the number of sales you've had. And so that kind of like helps your reputation. I don't think I found much of them like website wise, but in terms of like their Alibaba profile, like it seemed pretty robust. It seemed legit. I think they had over 1,000 sales. They had like all these like verifications. And so they seem more legit because the other company didn't have any of that. They had like maybe like 300 sales, 300, something like that. And they might have had one badge, but that could have been like a badge anyone can get or whatever. So, you know, like at the end of the day, you want to buy from someone you trust, from a company you trust. And if your gut's like, ooh, don't do it. Probably don't do it. And if there's one thing I've learned growing up is learn to follow your gut, because I've regretted not doing that multiple times growing up. And the last 5 years was when I really, doubled down. Was like, if my gut says no, I don't do it. If my gut says walk this way instead of that way, I go that way. I'll take the extra steps. And everything's worked out so far. So following my gut was like, all right, these guys cool. They have the reputation, and then looked at the policy. If it's not as described, full refund, all that stuff. So I was like, all right, talk with the guy. Oh, and I think I also waited a few days before I placed the order. Like I did the same process, got up to the point. The guy didn't impress me at all. The sales rep I was talking to, he was like, cool, let me know if you want it. This is it. Just know it'll take about 15 days from the moment you place the order to make it. I was like, cool, thanks, appreciate your time. A couple days go by. I don't think he checked in, but he also didn't like press on me. Like, you gonna do it? You should buy it. Hey, I'll lower the price. And then I came back and I asked more questions, and he was like, yeah, blah, 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 and then answered all my questions. He's like, yep, this is it. And like, I don't think once he was like, you need to place the order. I think you should do it. You should place it. He's just like, yep, this is what it is. And I was like, man, even this guy made me feel safe. So I did it. And, now I have the pieces in my garage. Looks great. Just wish it wasn't broken. So, yeah. Luckily, it worked out to a degree. They're not a scam. It's always, when you're buying from Alibaba or like AliExpress. But, my experience was so far good. And they seem good to, make up for what happened, in terms of partial refunds and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you are interested in a marble mantle, and they do a ton of like other like stone and marble products, like I will just shoot me a message on Instagram or YouTube, or email me. Like, it's my information's on the description of this video, and it's not hard to find. And I'll send you the company info. I'll send you who I was talking to if you're interested. So you don't have to do the research, because I did it for you. So if you're interested in any of those things, let me know. I got the information. I'm not going to say I got you, because I can't get you a deal. But just know, I went through them. So far, things are looking good. Hopefully, we could finish this whole fiasco and have a happy ending with this situation. But yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited to share it with you guys. Devin's excited. Oh, and she was also disappointed seeing that it was broken. But yeah, I'm really excited. That's going to be a very big addition to the room. So also, it's my weekly plug, guys. The weekly plug. Oh, also, I'll link this, by the way, into the description. So if you want it, you could buy it through my link, and I will get a commission off of that. And if you want it and you don't want to use my link, just go to huckberry.com, and it's from Flint and Tinder. the bone button Western shirt, bone button denim shirt, something like that. And then and collar, yeah. I think it's ending. Yeah, I think it's supposed to end at the end of this month. So only 13, or by the time you see this video, like 12 more days or something like that for you to get your discounts. TP15, 15% off. Some of you guys are making sales. I could see it. I'm tracking it. Like I see it every day if someone buys something. So, everyone's, that's been on the fence about it. Now you have like 2 weeks. Time's ticking. So if you're interested in the shirts, pants, whatever, socks, they have socks, ties, and for the holidays, it's coming up. If you want to get someone a gift, 15% off. Can't guarantee they're going to have like 15% off for like holiday sales, but 15% off now. So, TP15, you get 15% off, and then I'll get 15, I think it's 15% commission off of the total cart or sale, something like that. So, helps out the channel. And what I mean by that is it just helps fund paying for the things I need to pay for in order to do more partnerships and stuff like that. And so, I try to put that money back into the business. So, yep. It's all out there. Thanks for watching, you guys. I don't know what this is called. So, again, it's going to be called I don't know. And we have another unboxing video I'm super excited about. I'm going to shoot that tomorrow. It's coming out probably this week with our friends at Beckett Simonon. A lot of cool stuff. Shoes. So people in the market for men's boots, loafers, and dress shoes, Oxfords, this is the video. I don't have a discount code, unfortunately, but if you're in the market for those shoes, I'm going to do a full-on review so you could really see it, wear it so you could see it. So high-quality shoes. Excited to share it with you guys. Yeah, okay, bye.